Falcon Blues TV is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Protect your devices for as little as £2 a month. Click on the link in the description to get up to 80% off your yearly subscription.
All right, welcome to Falcon Blues TV, Carabao Cup special, and I'm delighted to have a Doncaster fan and special guest with me tonight. It's Dan Pearson from 18DAPPER YouTube channel. Dan, thanks for joining us. How's things? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure being on your show, mate. I really appreciate the invite. Thanks.
No worries. No, this is something we're trying to do. As we were saying just before, we're trying to get all the Premier League teams involved, and if we've got cup games and stuff coming up as well, then we'll happily speak to yourselves in League Two or other sides. Whoever. Hopefully, if we progress, I'm not holding that much hope this weekend. With this weekend's game, that next week is just going to be like it's just going to be the same shit, different day with Everton. But it's a bit of a bottom of the Premier League meets second from bottom League Two, I suppose, isn't it? It's
yeah, it don't look like a good one on paper, does it? I mean, the start of our season's been dreadful, and I think for you guys, it's kind of continuing on from last season. It seems. I think I've had a look at your squad. There's quite a few injuries. You've not really done much business in the transfer window as well. I know there's a little bit of time left, but I don't know. It's one of those where I'm quietly confident that we'll end up turning up on the night, but you never know against a Premier League team. They might put a strong squad out. I don't know. It's a tough one to call, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the way the last couple of games have gone, Fulham probably should have got a result out of it. Villa at least said the better. But I agree with what you're saying about not picking any up in the transfer window. We haven't replaced Calvert-Lewin for 3 seasons now, going on 3 seasons. So yeah, you should. I think if you can get it, you've got MK Dons this weekend, haven't you?
We have, yeah. So that's a tough one.
Yeah. So, but if you can get something out of that, that gives you that confidence onto Wednesday.
Yeah.
Surely,
It does, because I mean, for us personally, from a Rovers fans perspective, first 2 games were Harrogate and Newport, and they've been kind of tipped to be lower end of the table, fighting relegation, and then we had Mansfield and Notts County, and for me, I was thinking 6 points would be on the board at this point, and we've only got 1, and it's just so hit and miss at the minute. So yeah, it's disappointing because we've had a really good summer. We've brought 10, 11 players in. We've built a really competitive squad. We've got a couple of injuries. I think we're up at about 10 first-team players injured, or players who'll be fighting for places. And I think it's just kind of taken the wind out of a sail straight away before we've even really got going. I think the result against Hull to set this tie up was a great performance and a great result against a good championship team. Mm-hmm. So you never know, we might just end up turning it on an evening game. I hope so anyway.
That's it. I mean, I know for one, you're going to be bang up for it. We're trying to prevent ourselves, slipping up here and use it off for the giant killing, or I mean, you just want that scalp. And I think whenever we played lower league opposition in these cups, especially the League Cup, which we've never won ourselves, these teams, everyone is out for this scalp. They know Everton can easily slip up in the League Cup because it's just that bogey cup that we've never won. We've never been anywhere near it, and probably never will, because that's just typically Everton. But when you're saying this about like you've got injury problems, it just sounds so bloody similar. You haven't got like new owners or anything like that trying to buy the club or anything like that. Just trying to destroy your fan base or anything like that. Is it use it all right down there?
Yeah, we're okay. There's question marks over the board. I think we've seen a gradual decline over the last 2 or 3 seasons. I think from my perspective as a Rovers fan, and I think I speak for quite a few Rovers fans, we'd like to see us fighting towards the top end of League One, battling to get into the Championship. Kind of a similar ilk to Rotherham. It was a local club to us. They're always bouncing between the Championship and League One. And I think we're a similar size. I think that should be our kind of goals and aspirations, and see where we go from there. Over the last couple of seasons, we've just gradually deteriorated. The squad's been decimated. We've been kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for players who just seem to have come for a bit of a payday, and there's been no sort of desire, no commitment to the badge on the shirt. I think we've got a different squad this season. Bringing Grant McCann in just completely changed the atmosphere in the fan base over the summer, and then we brought winners in. If you look back at previous clubs, what they played at, I know it's not showing at the minute, but even though we've brought players in from the National League, it's players who have won things at that level and probably are ready for that step up, but it's just going to take them a little bit of time. So I'm not panicking. 4 games in and we've only got 1 point. We're conceding a lot of goals. We're not scoring many, but I can't see us getting anybody better than Grant McCann, and I can't see anybody being able to turn us around other than Grant McCann. So yeah, I'll probably start panicking 10 games in if we're still in this same position and out of the cup and stuff. But at the minute, I'm quietly confident that Grant will find the right balance in players, and this game especially, like you say, I think we'll be bang up for it. I think it'll be a decent turnout, and I know it's on Sky, so that ends up impacting attendance sometimes. But yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where I'd have loved it to have been away. I mean, I tweeted on the morning of the draw that I'd have loved Everton away because it's a ground that I've never done, and obviously it's one that's sadly going to be leaving us next year. I think it is.
Yeah, probably 18 months or so at the moment. Probably, but you know, who knows what's going on at Everton? This week's just been bad enough, and it's Thursday. I don't know what the hell's going to happen the rest of the week. Yeah, but I mean, everything you're saying there, it's all very Everton. If you don't mind me saying, it's players that we brought in on ludicrous money, and players who aren't really, like you say, they're not playing for the shirt. They're not playing for Everton. You know, the last couple of seasons we've been fighting relegation ourselves, and nothing's clicked since ever. Probably since Managerial took over, to be honest with you. But in terms of your players, then who should we worry about? Who's going to be the one that's going to cause us the most grief and cause us the most kind of, he's going to have, so one of these defenders on midfield is going to have to be on point. On when.
So looking at us start to the season, there's been a couple of players that have impressed me, and that's Tyler Roberts on loan from Wolves. He's normally playing on the left wing, quick, decent with the ball at his feet, but Deji Satona as well. I think he came through Manchester United's academy, had a stint at Nice, Hibernian. I think he was in the Brentford B team and the Burnley under-21. So he's had quite a good grounding. He's only 20 years old, so he's been around a little bit in the under-21s and under-18s kind of setup. But I think I read somewhere or somebody told me that he was quicker than Rashford at Man United, and it shows when he's got the ball. He is rapid. He's just kind of a little bit raw. He's missing that composure on the ball. He kind of beats a man and then wants to beat him again. I'm one of them fans who just wants to see him beat a man and just get the ball in the box and then complain if a striker's not got on the end of it. Whereas it frustrates me when he turns back and you're just like, you're going to lose a ball now, and he does more often than not. But I think that'll come with time. So yeah, the two wingers if they're playing, so Robertson and Satona for me.
So that's going to be up against Nathan Patterson and Ashley Young. So are you starting to sound like you're fancying your chances a bit more now that I've mentioned those two, aren't you? So especially
I think we've got age on a side, especially against Ashley Young. But I think sometimes your older players, they've still got it upstairs. They might not quite have it in the legs, but I think they make up for that with positioning and just being able to read the game. So I think maybe Ashley's experience might overrule kind of Deji's energy, but I think it'll be an interesting matchup. Yeah.
No, good stuff. Right, so I'll wrap this up because Dan, this has been great. I've been made up to have a little chat with League Two fans and just someone who's not Premier League who just wants to take the piss out of Everton more than anything. But give us your... Mate,
I'd trade places with you right now because League Two is horrible.
So we'll keep seeing. I mean, I know there's two teams that have just come up recently, and I think everyone was expecting them to hit the ground running with Wrexham and Notts County, but you know what I mean. Wrexham just they score goals, but they concede so bloody many, and they did last season as well. Yeah. So and Notts County, I think we're just unlucky this season before. Coming up now, and it's just like it's a bit of a rude awakening. Like welcome to the Football League. You know what I mean? Welcome to the big boys are playing. You're playing against the
Yeah,
big
that's
boys.
it. I mean, County looked okay on Saturday when we played them. They tried to play football, and I think that's what we're seeing down in League Two now. The technical ability of players is increasing. And I think the gap between kind of League Two and League One's getting closer in terms of ability and kind of money that's in the game at that level as well. You do still get the odd team that are going to kick you about at that level and kind of big ball, Route One sort of football. But yeah, I think I've noticed this season that the quality has increased, and yeah, it's going to be a very tough division to get out of this season. So it's nice to have a bit of a distraction in the cup, and especially getting Premier League opposition coming down or across to the Eco Power. I think it just kind of excites you a bit, even though it's the Carabao Cup and not the FA Cup. There is a buzz for sure.
Good stuff. So prediction then, not asking for scores. So I'm going to go home win, away win, or got home win or away win, I suppose. I'll start then, if you don't mind. And I think I need to see how Saturday goes against Wolves. I think if we beat Wolves, then it's an away win. I think that'll give us the confidence and the kick up the arse that we've needed. If not, then I think Dyche will just go, you know what, I'm not even worried about the League Cup, and it'll be, it'll be a home win. So I'll go for an away win based on Saturday's result. If not, then anything could happen for us.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Dyche will kind of not be interested in the Carabao Cup and maybe bring a couple of big names down, but kind of give some of the fringe players an opportunity to stake a claim, which I think will give us a little bit more of a chance. I just hope we play football the way that I think we can. If we play football the way that we have been doing this season, I'm going to have to go with an away win. But because it's a cup game, it'll be under the lights. It's a once in a lifetime to beat Premiership opposition. I'm going to go with a home win. That's what I'm going to stick my neck out.
Good stuff. Right. Well, I suppose we'll catch up on Twitter after the result. Then, Dan, I think that's the best way to do it. Unless we try and get you for a short reaction after the game or sometime in the week, that'd be good. But nice one. I really appreciate you coming on and just having a quick chat with us, just to talk about the cup. I like this. I like the magic of the cup. This is what should happen when like lower league are playing, the Premier League and stuff like that, and it brings fans together, and it just makes just a little bit more community and stuff like that. I like that. I really enjoy that. Yeah,
and I think that's what football's about, isn't it? I think that's why I love the English pyramid, especially the cup competitions, because you've got a chance of drawing a tie like this, and it seems ages since we've had a really good tie. I know we played Palace in recent years at the Eco Power, but I don't know. We just seem to get poor draws. I know over the last couple of seasons we've not made it through the first couple of rounds because of how poor we've been. So yeah, it's nice to get a big boy for once.
Good stuff. Well, may the best man win, and good luck for Wednesday.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Nice one. So make sure you're liking and subscribing to Falcon Blues TV. As always, we're available on YouTube, on Twitter, and all the usual stuff. And we've also got the podcast now on Spotify. And if you want to catch up with Dan, he's at Dapper18 is your YouTube handle.
Yeah, 18DAPPER across all socials.
Good stuff. Yeah, so Dan will definitely subscribe to the channel. We'll keep in touch, definitely. But until then, up the top is Colin Chong, and best of luck.